Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Now, as you guys can see, I did get my hands on the XDebrief a bit earlier, and I encourage you guys to go watch their video first before you watch this one, because I'm not going to be talking about everything here, just the small details that you might have missed, and some other things that they were extremely vague about or didn't actually discuss properly in this debrief. The first thing that I want to point out and that I noticed is, if we skip a bit forward, you'll notice here on BOM, there's a thing called quick chat and push to talk. I think this quick chat is in everything, because I did see it earlier on as well. Try to find it. Yeah, as you can see, they're not playing BOM, but here's quick chat and push to talk. Now, quick chat could be one of two things. It could either bring up the actual text prompt, or it could bring up a wheel for you to select different like dialogue options, or, you know, things that will be said in the chat box that will indicate that you want to do something. For example, if you think about something like CSGO or Valorant, where there's a bunch of different like categories that you could choose from, strategies, callouts, things like that. And if you go into strategies, for example, it'll say let's push B, let's push A, stuff like that. So it's a very NPC-like, you know, chat thingy, but it's cool that it's in the game. Now, whether or not there's going to be a pinging system built into this, that is also probably not going to be a thing, but that would be cool to see. Okay, next up, a thing they definitely didn't talk about is I want to be going to this gunsmith. Now, you'll see, again, we can see it's a beautiful pink background here for the new season, but once he clicks on this barrel, whoa, what is that right there? That is a new barrel, and that is called the tapered barrel. Now, I'm not a gun guru, and I'm pretty sure the barrels in this game obviously translate nothing like how they work in real life. A tapered barrel, from what I've googled, seems like a recoil barrel or something along those lines. So this could be a new recoil barrel, perhaps. You'll see they don't show anything else except the mags in here. So there was said to be 3 new attachments from what I've heard, like rumors spreading, leaks and so on. But I only saw 1 new attachment in here, so there could be 2 more. Of course, we wouldn't know because they're not showing the rest of the attachments. But yeah, there you can see a little sneak peek of a thing called the tapered barrel. It looks like the stabilizing barrel just shortened, so we're gonna have to see how that plays out. Now, here they talk about the saw launcher, and I want to pause right here. This is the weirdest thing that I've seen yet. You can see here there's something here called in-game time, secondary time, speed objective. And I don't want to say this is like something that you might see in custom games, but this could well be in custom. As you can see, you can force, I guess, like the next round maybe, or just restart the game. You can pause the timer. You can, I have no idea what secondary time is. I'm guessing it's the objective time. And then you got speed. I guess that is like the tick rate speed, if that makes sense. And then a lot of these things just don't make sense to me. So it's probably some dev build, but you know, I just thought of pointing this one out. This is something that is new, that says eliminated by the player name, and then you can see a health bar and then the ref meter, which I'll talk about in just a second. But this could be something new. I didn't see it really throughout the whole video. This just caught my eye right here. This could be a new UI element that you guys might have missed. And also on search and destroy, you can see, I believe there's a search and destroy, but when they die, there's actually a gun that pops up here. If this is going to be in the game, it should be cool. It could probably like show off your loadout. I have no idea. A possible new element to the UI. And then I want to skip to this roadmap. Now, we obviously know there's going to be new weapons and stuff coming in the following seasons, but they never state which weapons you might actually get unless you know, go look at some of the leaks. But you can see right here, there's something here that isn't in the game. It is holding in his hands. Now, I wouldn't go out my way to say this is a sniper rifle. This appears to be a marksman rifle of some sort, probably like a semi-auto. Now, if you're familiar with CS, this is the G3 SG1. And if you go back to this video, it looks almost identical to the one he's holding in his hand. So that could be a new weapon that we're seeing here. Okay, now that we got all the little details out the way, I really want to talk about, you know, just things that I don't specifically mention here, but you could definitely see it for yourself. Now, you can see the saw launch. They pop the ult here. You get 6 saws, by the way, that you can begin with, and it ricochets. I couldn't really calculate how many times it can ricochet. You'll notice that the ult doesn't actually tick down with time like how the cleanest ult does. This just kind of stays there. Every time you shoot a saw, it depletes itself. Doesn't sound like much, but what will happen is someone can hold 3 saws in their back pocket for a new zone on a hardpoint or whatever. So just keep that in mind. It doesn't tick down with time, or at least he shoots it really quickly to be able to see if it ticks down of time. It could just be really slowly, but either way, you know, it's not quick enough to a point where it's like the cleanest flamethrower ult. So the scrap turret can spot you in an area of 360 degrees, which means that if you sneak behind it, it'll probably still shoot you. So the scrap turret acts really similarly to how the barbed wire currently acts. Like, it doesn't break with time, but what it will break on is if someone shoots it. So yeah, and the moment it breaks, you have a cooldown of 30 seconds. A turret is a turret, and you know how people feel about turrets in video games. So we're gonna have to see how that one plays out. Now, the M79 or the grenade launcher does 140 damage on contact, aka once it hits the target directly, it does 140 damage. I'm not sure what the splash damage range is. As you can see, it comes with 2 bullets and has a cooldown of 30 seconds. You know, I'm looking at this, and the passive on this faction is really strong. If you don't know what it does, is the moment it reaches max, your fire rate gets bumped up by a significant amount, as well as your reload speed. And I think it gradually increases. Obviously, if it reaches max, then you have the max amount that you could get on that gun, and you get it the moment you go on a streak, I believe. So in a way, you can kind of play with weapons a little differently now by not using rapid fire barrels and so on, or you can go all in and actually use rapid fire. So I just want to give you an idea to why this might be OP. Imagine someone running around with a Vector using a heavy barrel. That heavy barrel is going to get ramped up to, like, I don't even like rapid fire potential, you know. It's a rapid fire heavy barrel. It's probably not that bad, but you get what I'm saying. And like I said, it's difficult to see if there are any other new attachments because they don't actually go over it, and he doesn't hover over it. You be owlbear, bro. You had one job, man. Assuming the tapered barrel is a recoil barrel, it's probably not going to do much for the gun. If that is going to be a recoil barrel, then I think there should be 2 new attachments in here somewhere. But we still got a grip, stock, muzzle, and a front rail to go over. There could even be a new optic, who knows. Now, you guys did see the weapons in action. The Spaz, the PP90, the LMG, I forgot its name. Now, they did say the PP90 has the max headshot multiplier or damage. Now, as you can see, the PP90 does 20 damage a bullet. I genuinely think this is going to be the best SMG in the game, simply because the fact that it's already doing 20 damage. Now, I have an idea of how I want to build this thing. That's going to be the first weapon I will be doing in the new season, is this PP90. But for the most part, I think this gun is going to be broken in the new season, and I'm all here for it. This gun looks fun. I've always been a fan of these types of Bison. Okay, now I just quickly want to touch on Bomb as well. Bomb is a bit of a strange one. Here you'll see in Search and Destroy, I don't think this is featured in the actual debrief video. They are playing in third person. They did say it's going to be in first person. Yeah, I mean, that is the only complaint I have about Bomb. It looks pretty interesting. It's obviously not coming to ranked immediately, which is a bummer. But yeah, overall, this looks like it's going to be a pretty good season. Really hoping it can ramp up those player numbers again. This season has everything that the community wanted from season 1 as well. You know, custom games and Search and Destroy. And this faction appeals to pretty much any playstyle. If you want to be a camper, throw down your turret. If you want to rush someone, use the Rev meter. You know, you have a grenade launcher as well. I mean, I don't think we understand how powerful a grenade launcher is going to be in this game. And I mean, this map looks beautiful. Guys, if you haven't watched this already, go check it out. And once again, thank you to Ubisoft for giving me this to look at early. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.